Wake up with us, it's time to rise and shine. Morning mayhem's on the air, we're feeling fine. We got a motto of Tomlin and Decker, bringing you the latest, there's nothing we can't do. Morning mayhem, it's a wild ride. Sports news and the daily updates, we're on your side. Special guests and interviews galore. We're taking over Woodland Regional, we're knocking down the door.
Good morning, Woodland, and welcome to April 2nd, the day after April Fools. So I guess that's, does it have a special name for the second day after April Fool's Day?
Not
Smart Day. April Smart Person Day.
April Smarty Day.
So it is April 2nd.
It feels like the Smurfs. You have Smarty Day and Fool's Day.
Yes. Oh, I wish I remember all
Brainy
the names.
Day.
Well, Brainy.
There's Brainy and
Brawny.
Papa and Brawny.
Yeah.
And Handy.
Yeah, that's right. There's a whole bunch of different, whatever your specialty was. Chef.
My small,
Was there a chef?
There was chef.
Was chef cook? Maybe, I don't know.
My little ones got into it for a little bit. I introduced them. They didn't like the classic, but there was a revised version in the early 2000s. They fell in love with that one.
Was it the 3D animation, or is it still the flat 2D?
Still
which
flat.
is the classic?
Still flat.
Yeah, that's classic animation right there. It is April 2nd, and April showers bring May flowers. So we're headed in the right direction for May flowers after tonight, having a little bit of that extra rain going on. And it was an easy trip in. I don't know what your morning commute is like when you guys come in. What do you listen to when you come in?
Sometimes music, sometimes podcasts. I got 45 minutes, so
Gotcha. Got you.
I got to plan ahead there when I come in because
You have
45 minutes is a lot of time to fill.
And you decide like how you want to feel when you walk in the door.
No, normally I decide like by the week, and when the podcast drops, I'm like, all right, Mondays I got to listen to this one, Tuesdays are this one, Wednesdays are this one, and then by the end of the week I'm kind of burnt out. So I'm like, it's Thursdays, it's just music.
That's kind of how it felt this morning. I was like, I usually listen to the news, catch up what's going on, seeing if any of the stories I hear pop up on the show.
Right.
But that's sometimes you want music. And that's it.
Yeah. Sometimes you're just like, I can't think right now.
No. Normally I have my playlist on Spotify, so I got my very dad generated music. But
is that what the playlist is called?
Yacht rock and that kind of stuff. No,
I thought you just called dad's music.
Yeah, well, anything you click
that.
on 80s, boom. That basically can relabel that now. Dad. So, especially when you're on
No Mom.
You remember radio station DRC?
No. Where's that from?
102.9 WDRC. I think it's out of Hartford. But back in the day, that was like the oldie station. That's what your parents listened to.
Big D 103.
Big D 103.
102.9.
102.9 on your FM dial. And then the other day when I was just flipping through the radio channels, Guns N' Roses. Welcome to the Jungle came on.
Is that in the oldies?
Yeah, it's
the oldies channel.
Now it's the oldies channel. So there's that. So I don't know.
Great. I felt good this morning. Thanks.
I'm sorry. No, well, I said I didn't click on that this morning. This morning was a different thing. I ended up on Sirius Hits 1 because I was cycling through, and I heard some great songs, like the stuff that I don't normally listen to. And there was Sienna Spiro, I think it is, was Dying on This Hill. Sounded like Adele. I'm like, oh, this is great. So I stayed on there. And then the next one came up was Harry Styles. I knew him. So I stayed with that. And then the next one was Blackpink. And it's this song Go. And I'm like, I don't know. I think it's K-pop. Maybe if we have Lee come in, he can explain a little bit. And I was about to change the channel. And in the middle of this song, and I missed this. They dropped like an EDM dubstep in the middle of it. And I'm like, yeah,
you got into it all of a sudden.
I did. Where did the dubstep go?
Yeah, probably the way of the dinosaur, and for good reason.
I believe it was created by dinosaurs. So
I missed the dubstep. Bring a little dubstep back in my life, because right now I'm ready. That's all I needed on the drive in. All right,
there you go.
I'm ready for a spring.
You missed that seat.
No, I just missed talking.
Yeah, fair enough.
But we do have spring pep rally today, so there should be some more energy that comes up as well. So do we have anything going on for the spring pep rally? Because I think that is going to be the big talk of the town.
That's today.
That is today.
What do we got going on?
So we are going to be introducing all of our winter teams, all of our spring teams. So celebrating the accomplishments of the winter teams and preparing the spring season. Yeah.
Big celebration.
We'll be capping off with a dodgeball tournament.
Okay.
With the winning student team going against the faculty team. And so it'll be a several round dodgeball tournament.
Did you
Never got a follow-up there, so hopefully I can stay retired.
All right. See how that goes.
I mean, I know people if you really want to play.
I like my retirement, as Jim noted earlier.
He wants to come out on top.
Yeah. Or at least somewhere in the middle.
Yeah. Perfectly adequate.
Yep. There'll be a couple other things going on today, but that's basically about it for the Pep Rally.
And it's Spirit Day. Dressed in black and gold.
Should be black and gold. Everyone should be wearing their black and gold pride.
Your black and gold. Very good.
As we celebrate all the accomplishments of Woodland in the winter season and look forward to a highly successful spring season.
All right. As long as it doesn't rain.
I can rain today. I mean, it's an indoor pep rally, so.
I meant for the spring sports. Yeah. We get that kicked off, whatever. But
today's probably a decent day for rain there because the season kicks off on Saturday. So you want to make sure you get your rain in now.
Okay,
you can play your official games on the Saturday.
Thought we had some games coming up
We do got a couple scrimmages today, but
it's different.
There's always games coming up.
Yeah.
Well, if you've ever coached spring sports and you know you get one rain day, it throws off the rest of the season.
Yeah. I don't know. Sure. The spring sport I coached, rain day didn't matter.
You were a volleyball coach.
Yeah. Boys volleyball. Yeah, that does make sense. That was the best.
I do have 3 varsity wins as a boys volleyball coach.
Yeah, you do.
I have more successful.
Amato got kicked out of the game.
Yeah, COVID.
Oh,
yeah. I got the vid. I had
to be a better story if you got kicked out for yelling or something.
No.
I think it would have been a big.
It would have been. It would have been.
It would have because it's not. That's not him.
I did get a couple of yellow cards. I didn't get a red card though. But yeah, and also that was on April break.
It was.
That's how I spent my April break.
Yeah. And I spent mine winning, so it was awesome.
There you go. Well, let's see what wins in this pom-pom poll of the week in this shortened week. Peeps or no peeps? See, if you go back to the LMC, you don't have much time. Make sure you jump over there and get your vote.
I walked by that. There was so many votes for no peeps. So many votes for no peeps. I thought it would have been full jar to an empty jar. And it was relatively like neck and neck.
That is an embarrassment.
Yeah. Come on. Oh, I did not see that coming.
No.
They don't know how to celebrate the holiday.
They do not. We're going to have to bring in a bunch of peeps, although it'll be a week later. So,
but that's when they're on sale. You're going to get it for like 99 cents for a box of them. If you haven't brought in your books for the book drive, it is starting over again. So if you have any K through 5th grade books that are in good condition, we're going to start hosting that here. So if you need to reach out to any one of the 3 of us, if you're out in the listening land and have some donations of books, let us know. We'll turn those in for you. Send us an email and we'll make sure we can get those collected. So if you're looking for us online, you can use the morningmayhem.show@gmail and let us know what books you have, K through 5th grade, and we'll get those into the reading lab right there. Again, congratulations to Rho Kappa. We saw that online as well. So
yeah, no, that it was absolutely amazing. And the other night up at the Old State House, we got a lot of congratulations for our inaugural performance or showing. Having first place to second place and honorable mention the first time we've ever gone to this. Absolutely amazing.
Outstanding. And they can go to nationals now, right?
Well, we have to go to states. So in May, there's the state competition at Central Connecticut. And if we place there, then yes.
Wow. And
so when we place in states.
I like where you put it there. There you go. When we place in it. This week, if you're off and you have some time on Tuesday, April 7th, why don't you head over to Quincy Coffee, who's supporting our teams again. They have another tennis fundraiser. So grab a coffee from 7 a.m. to 5 p.m. and 10% of those proceeds will go back to the school. And Woodland Dance Team has their clinic on April 18th. That's coming up. Best Buddies Prom is a night under the stars, April 25th. It's going to be at the Prospect Firehouse, and you can get those tickets then. Best Buddies has a friendship walk coming up on April 26th. It's on Dunkin' Donuts Park coming up then. And don't forget to charge Chromebook every night and listen to us every morning. Time now for the news with Tomlin.
now, with the
Sorry, I
latest
took
headlines,
dubstep into your kick.
over to the
right
news desk with
Sounded
Tom
like you were doing the Dune
Hey, it was a
soundtrack
there.
there.
Oh.
I thought it was Transformers. It was like turning into Bumblebee.
Autobots roll out.
All right, couple news stories to start your day. I keep waiting for more music to happen.
I don't know when it's going to move me.
Oh.
This is why I shouldn't be in this spot. I should be
No.
somewhere else off on the side.
That's what makes the show
Somebody
so
hide it.
entertaining. All right, so the Washington Commanders are in the news. They announced April 15th they'll unveil a new uniform.
Okay.
So their owner, Josh Harris, wouldn't divulge much about the team's new uniforms. In a wide-ranging interview with reporters at NFL's annual meeting in Phoenix, he reiterated Monday that it's a priority to honor the past of the team while looking forward.
Smart.
So the belief is that they will. So this past season, they introduced their quote-unquote Super Bowl uniforms when they won the Super Bowl in the 80s and the 90s. That's the 1900s for those of you who don't know.
Yeah, that's the same.
It's believed that they will become the current uniforms, and the current uniforms will become the alternate uniforms. That's what most people are saying online. We'll see what happens on April 15th.
So their new uniforms are really old uniforms?
It's kind of like the Chargers when they went back to the powder blue, or the Jets when they went back to the retro. So
the Jets are still a football team?
On paper, yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Sticking with news, Danbury High School is in the news after they suspended their boys lacrosse program for 2026 due to low participation numbers.
Oh,
this came right as the team was prepared to start its season with a home game against Notre Dame Prep.
Oops.
Notre Dame didn't show up, right?
I hope not.
Yeah.
Are we still doing? You're doing sports. I'm doing news. Is that what's going on?
No. Just there's a couple of news stories in there. They got to cover.
Cross off my two stories. I was going to do those two.
Oh, there you go. All right, I'll go to something that you're not going to talk about. NASA.
Right.
NASA successfully launched Artemis 2 last night.
Yeah, I was shocked we didn't do that yesterday with all that space news. You skipped Artemis.
No, I got
No,
it.
you talked about it.
I talked about it.
You got the time wrong, but
okay.
I did. I thought it was 6:50 or 25 in the morning, but it was 6:25 at night. I did watch the launch.
We did as well. So the launch from Kennedy Space Station Center, sending our astronauts on a 10-day journey around the moon. The 322-foot space launch system rocket generated 8.8 million pounds of thrust, propelling humanity's first lunar voyage in more than 53 years. NASA estimates the rocket remained visible for about 70 seconds after liftoff, with observers across Florida and southern Georgia having the best viewing opportunity.
Yeah, and it was 2.5 minutes in. The announcer's like, we're at 3 miles high, 12,000 miles per hour.
Yeah.
Wow.
I was trying to wrap my head around what that's got to feel like. Because what's the speed of sound? What's the speed of?
You're talking to the wrong
people. If we find a science
Shoot,
teacher walking by.
Because they had to be subsonic or supersonic at that point?
Not supersonic.
Not supersonic.
No.
Well, not in the atmosphere, I don't think.
No.
Subsonic?
Uh-oh. We got a guest here? Uh-oh.
So it's a crew of 3 Americans and 1 Canadian. Carried a plush toy named Rise, bearing the names of more than 5.6 million people who joined the mission online. SpaceX is confidentially filed to go public. Istanbul could be the largest IPO of all time. And
you know the story on the Artemis this morning? I don't know if you do this, but I thought that's the story I might go with.
Yeah.
The toilet broke already, and they had to do a repair in space.
And Anthropic accidentally published Claude's code. There you go.
Oh, yeah,
there's
that
your
was
news.
a huge story.
There's your news.
And that's
Very
news,
good.
Tomlin. Over to the sports desk with Decker.
Here's a shot at the buzzer.
Strike 3 call.
What a catch. Touchdown.
Time now for sports with Decker.
All right. Yeah, I got a lot of
All the
mumbling
good
over there.
stories are gone?
No. So the Celtics of Boston played a basketball game last night, and they came 2 points away from NBA history. The Celtics won in going away fashion, and they scored 53 points in the first quarter of yesterday's game against the Miami Heat. The NBA record is 55 points there. So they were, unlike the Heat, the Celtics were on fire last night.
Whoop, whoop, whoop. I'm sorry.
You know who else is not on fire is your Boston Red Sox. They lost again to the Houston Astros. It has been a struggle bus for Boston so far this year.
Yeah.
Well, they got one win. They won in 5, 1 in 6 here to start the season.
Yeah, but that one win was spectacular.
It
We did
was
a great job, though.
Unfortunately, you're already 5 games behind the cruising New York Yankees, who defeated the Mariners once again. The Mariners were seen as kind of a team that could challenge the Yankees, but turns out they could not. Good news for you, though. The Cardinals defeated the New York Metropolitans last night. Embarrassing for the Mets to lose to the Cardinals in 11 innings. Mason Wynn walks it off in the 11th inning for the St. Louis Cardinals, who are 4-2, and the New York Metropolitans 3-3. All that money, and it only gets you a 3-3 record.
I'll tell you, and again,
bad,
I'm not a Mets fan. I kind of root for the Mets fans because Mets fans, like Jets fans, they never give up. They hang in there.
Yeah. Well, that's true. And you are a Jet Met normally and a Yankee Giant normally. But,
right. But it's usually Jets, Mets, and Knicks.
Nets.
Is it Mets, Jets,
Mets,
and
Nets.
you're a Nets fan as well?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, man, that's a trifecta of just pain and anguish.
Correct. Hey, any of you guys interested in going to the World Cup final?
Yeah.
World Cups in the United States there. They just released a new load of tickets there.
And you're giving away tickets.
No,
I love it.
not.
No, I'd have to sell my car.
Last finals tickets hit $10,990.
Wow.
There.
Sorry, what?
FIFA. Yeah, thank you for playing these ticket prices to the masses there. I guess there's a reason why they chose the United States. That is the World Cup final. There are tickets still available to the U.S. opener, but that is in the 2,500 range if you want to find the
from one of the opening
United
round
States
games.
Opening round games. Those tickets are still available there if you have a couple of extra thousand laying around in your seat cushions.
Yeah, that's. Well, how many is that? A 70,000 seat stadium that they're going to be finishing in?
Yeah, I believe they were going to be finishing in MetLife, the Giant Stadium there. So it's a football stadium. I don't think they're all played in football stadiums. So you're all looking at 50 to 70,000 seat capacity for most of these games.
Man, this is a juggernaut.
Yeah, I'm not sure where they're playing in Canada and in Mexico, so I can't speak for that. But in the U.S., a lot of seats to fill. So we won't be here tomorrow to preview the basketball, but Final Four kicks off this weekend. Girls will play tomorrow night against South Carolina.
Oh, we talked a little bit about that. That's always a matchup.
Always a matchup. And the men are Saturday late afternoon, pre-evening time against Illinois.
Pre-evening?
Yeah. We are 2 wins away from Jordan's Furniture owing $11 million.
That'd be awesome.
In furniture.
That'd be
it's
awesome.
doable. That's the thing. It's like if you're the marketing department of Jordan's right now, you're like, this seemed like a good idea, boss.
Yeah, that's all I got.
And that's the sports with Decker. All right. Like you said, we're off for next week. We have the April break. Sports will be going on. We'll get a recap of everything that happened. And if you need to get some get some coffee as well if you're going to support tennis team on the week off. We got spring Pep Rally, so we'll have a good kickoff for send the kids off for the week. And on behalf of the show, don't forget, he's Tomlin, he's Decker, I'm Amato. Good morning, Woodland.
We're knocking down the door.
Every morning at 7 a.m.
Check us out on Facebook, YouTube, and Instagram too. We're streaming on Spotify. We're reaching out to you. Join the Morning Mayhem crew.
Knocking down the door.